Kathy Vick, Deeply Awake Chats 2017. I feel so relieved and good about the last recording I did. It sort of sums up the journey, and I don't know how freaking compassionate it is. I don't know. I guess that'll come out in the wash. But what I keep reminding myself is that, Cryon, who is like the master of compassion, and says that that's what the new human is all about, la la. Um, he also says he's never been human. I mean, that's one of the first things he says. This energy's never been human, and I have. I have access to the same information. I have filters that I've chosen to keep in place and work through and dissolve publicly. So there you go. So, is my walk a valid one? Yes. Is it intense? Oh, yes. Is it symbolic and metaphoric, synchronistic and magical? Oh, yes. Is anyone who is a major player in this reality of mine a lesser energetic creature? Why, no. You have to have a certain warrior status to tangle with me. Haven't I already said that? To hold space with me? I'm like Hawaii. I am. They told me that the other day. You want to know why? Your life's been weird? You're like Hawaii. Some visitors, they may want to stay. They may commit to staying. But sooner or later, they find they can't. Is it Hawaii's fault? Well, kinda. Just don't sweat it. People return to Hawaii, you know. It's not a permanent thing. It's just the energy. So anyway, that aside, I want to talk about I want to label this the cat whisperers. Because I told just Sam twice I need to do this video on cat whispering. Cat whisperers is what I said. He said, "Oh, like me?" I said, "Yeah, like you." I'm doing it because I would the only real interesting footnotes that I would read. I mean, they're all interesting, but at the time when I was reading it, I didn't want to interrupt the flow of Seth for personal asides. I thought them to be lesser, except when it came to pets. I was always very interested in pets. So I'm gonna use that sort of as a template because I want to explain the pets because it's come up a lot. And last night, me and my Sam were talking about it, and I told him I'm really grateful we can talk at this level about this, just and not have it be weird. Because what I found when I was reading Jane Roberts's talk about when a kitty cat was dying or they were moving or there was a cat missing or whatever, Seth would chime in and start talking about it. And I always found that really fascinating. And I've asked different channelers, and certainly the teachers, but other people, and some things just been borne out in experience, and other things are pretty obvious. One is that there's this one group that comes, and I would have to call it a group because at this point it's been the first cat I ever got of my own, Sammy. But before that, I had a cat, a tomcat, and he got all banged up. Every day he'd go out and fight. He was always just bloody and pussy when he came to me, but he would come every night, and he was like a hellcat with anybody but me. And he'd come to my bed and sleep with me. He'd leave bloody scabs on my bed. That was the first one. Then there was Sammy, a black cat, and then there was Vanya, who was unnaturally attached to me. There was Pookie, who again was unnaturally attached to me, who I just understood, and we were a team, and that was a protector. And then Velcro. And when Mom passed, it was as if just that Velcro became more stable. He became more motherly, and there was a shift, and so that protector energy sort of mellowed a little bit, and then um, Minky, and it seems like they really attached a lot to Minky, and they recognize Minky. I mean Sam. Minky recognized Sam right away, and they really attached to Sam. Both cats do. And now with Minky passing, we did the math last night. Turns out that Sam is 16. We got Minky when Sam was 8. And Minky was 3 at the time, so she's 11 right now. I'm sitting there goggling the numbers, and Sam said, "Mom, they're just numbers." I said, yeah, yeah, sure, to you, but not to me. So, and what we've both been commenting on is that since Rosie died, or disappeared, Sunshine has become much more like Rosie. She has taken on those attributes of Rosie's that we had so loved. And we're noticing that as Minky is dying, Bartok is acting more and more like Minky. And so we're seeing this, and I told him last night, and I think that it's a group, it's a helper group. And he said, "Oh, you mean like Guardian Angel?" I said, "Yeah, just like that. A Guardian Angel can't be far away from you. That's not the agreement. Guardian Angels are always around. So if you don't have a pet, then," and he said, "Oh, like squirrels? Because squirrels will follow him. He has a thing with animals. Well, animals have a thing with him. And I can spin cows, but chickens don't follow me around." So he said, "Yeah." So I said, "Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the cat, that energy is still available, and it'll come to you in other ways, or it'll come in dreams or that kind of thing, because it can't be far away from you. It's just not how it works." And so her passing is, very, very peaceful. She's demonstrably weaker every day and not looking well, but she is not yowling, she's still walking around. We've got kids. So that's what I know about our little circle of cats. I also know I've always, but see, for me, this right now is a very odd time because I've never, ever, ever had anything but neutered and spayed animals. For me to have reproductively ripe animals is a brand new experience for me. I haven't had that experience since I was a little girl, and we had a kitty cat that got pregnant and had babies, and I got to witness that birth very young. I loved it. It was so cool. God, it was so cool. I felt so connected to something bigger. Oh, it was great. And so this is a brand new experience. To have 2 cats instead of 3 is something that is very unnatural for us. In the past, we've always had 3. And I've always had a horse. There's always been an animal around me that's like a horse. And Rosie was very much like a horse. And before that, it was Motorhead. There's always usually a black cat. They're wiry. They don't attach to anybody else. They're kind of aggressive. Just they're protective. So maybe, and I say it because for me it has validity, and when I see it actually playing out, and being something that another person can gain some I don't know, understanding from, and peace. Because there's nothing inhumane going on here. It's not like we made her grow. She's giving up the ghost, man. It happens here around here. They have a short lifespan. They're here to assist us in certain energetic endeavors that we're doing. And when that assistance is no longer necessary, they don't have to stick around. And why they're here, well, you can dip in, you can ask. But be willing to be surprised by the answers. That's the thing. And they don't take anything personally. They don't hold grudges. That's all projection. They don't live in fear. They're not stupid. I've talked about the energetic differences between dogs and cats, and I stand firm that cats are not from around here. They're from a different system. They're injections. They're insertions of benevolence. They're the Egyptians understood this. The Egyptians came with them. Or vice versa. Does it really matter? Alright, that's all I have to say. Some people are, able to connect with animals. St. Francis of Assisi. So we were talking about animals last night on the way home, me and Sam. And I think it was last night. And I asked him if he knew about St. Francis of Assisi. Oh, it was the first night I got him when he first encountered Minky. He said, "No, I don't know who that is." So I told him about St. Francis being a monk, and he could walk out of the monastery and the birdies would come. And then he wrote this really pretty prayer. And then when we got home, I Googled it and I remembered, oh, holy crap. On the insistence of Jerry, Sam has 2 middle names. And I agreed. I think it's very wise. I wanted it too. His grandfather and great-grandfather, Robert. But it's Samuel Francis Robert. His grandfather was named Francis. Isn't that pretty? I think so. So I found the prayer and sent it to Sammy. And he accepted it. Making progress. God, Mom, this God thing is so stupid. Yeah, I know. It's all a bunch of bullshit. I know. But, in every lie there's a truth. In every snarl there's a plea to be accepted. Is beautiful. In every being you walk with, there's a reality yet to be appreciated. Isn't this pretty? I think so. So I would suggest that you might want to just take some hang time with your pet. Have a little convo. Ask them if you can feel into their energy. Let them give you a ride. That's intense. I thought it was Minky who had done that for me. It was Rosie. Does it really matter after a talk like this? No. That I would be convinced it was one when it was really the other tells me either would have obliged my request to feel into them and experience what it's like to be a cat. And I did, and it was just, it was exhilarating. They're so full of love And it's such beautiful energy. It's so pure and golden. So immediate, so immediate, so immediate, so immediate. They could, but they don't hold a grudge because everything's so immediate, so immediate, so immediate, so immediate. And intensely beautiful, intensely perfect. It's just every moment is perfect, perfect, perfect. Golden, 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 perfect, perfect, perfect. Agreement, agreement, agreement. Wow. Trust, trust, trust. Love, love, love. That's what's pumping in your apartments and in your homes. I would imagine feeling into a dog is much like that. They when I am intentional, I run energy, especially on dogs with tumors, and then they just can't get enough. They like zero their bodies in. Just oh, I I see them in colors and lines, but cats are different. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Um, I'd love to hear feedback on this. I really would. It would bring me pleasure to hear what other people have experienced with this energy. But that's my gift to you, my experience with it. So now I'm going to get physical, do some work. What a great day. I hope that you are well and happy. Namaste.